Welcome back to the channel. Today's word, Shotah or Shotah? Shotah? I don't know. Either way, let's sketch it first in a tag. Shotah. And then we'll recreate this in a bomb. Although the letters are kind of squished together, but I guess this kind of makes for some interesting content because I have to make it work now, right? Dang it, and I can already tell stupid red marker is gonna cause me some problems. Okay. Okay. I have an idea. I just did a gold throw up, and we used black, and let me outline it in black, and then we'll come back in and cut it with the gold. That may work. And then you guys could see what's going on. This will be kind of fun. I'm sure I've showed you guys how to cut letters back already, but now we're really gonna go ham on this. And this is a style that, not a style, more of a technique that anyone could do. So if you guys are working with two colors, you can do something similar and work with like an outline first and then coming back and cutting the lines back so everything works well. So I'm trying to show you guys different techniques. This is one of them. You guys want, and I'm sure some of you guys are like, that's not a graffiti style. It's like, well, what is a graffiti style? A graffiti, I probably touched on this not long ago. And you can see I'm modifying the T. I feel like the T is probably a little, and I may modify it even more, but I feel like it was just a little too low for the letters. But either way, and I'm trying to keep the same height since some of these are lowercase letters, even though they're larger, I want to try and keep the same height. But I was trying to touch base and talk to you guys a little bit about graffiti being the process. Like there's all sorts of styles, but the process of graffiti is just getting up, right? Like going out and putting something up that shouldn't belong. Going out, writing your name on something, going out and changing a sign to read something different, you know, putting your ex's phone number in the bathroom, right? Like call so-and-so for a good time. That's graffiti. So the term graffiti is just a means of vandalism, not necessarily the style. The style could mean anything. It's like more of a complex graffiti style is more traditional in a sense, I would say. But when it comes to the actual definition, it's vandalism. which we could all relate to, right? So even this letter H, I feel like it got a little away from me. And this H is more straighter, so we're gonna make this H on the straighter side. We want some kind of symmetry here. I mean, we're not heathens. I mean, we have a sense of composure when it comes to what we do. See, like that, I could have just kept going, but that just got a little out of control. And since we already have one H, let's just keep the same theme and style going. How would we fix this? I guess we can just maybe not fix it, but draw a line like that. Okay. Line like that, and maybe we'll just put a bubble right there and a bubble right there. Was it 3 bubbles? Okay. Pop, pop, pop. Cool. So we have a simple outline. We're gonna do shadow. I guess we could do shadow now. Okay. Let's do the background first. Let's do the blue. Since we're on the blue theme, our shadow is gonna come down towards the right bottom. So everywhere we won't have a shadow, or where we will have a shadow, we're not gonna fill it in, since that'll be black. Some of you are not familiar with this. It's just a means to save the marker. So if the shadows come in this way, we'll have blue there, and then the black will be there. Same thing here. Won't be perfect. I could already tell I messed up in certain areas. And the more you guys improve, the better you'll get at certain techniques and realizing like, oh, I need to do this that way in order to fix this. I can fix this by doing this. But this is why we're doing what we do. And everyone has their own techniques. Your technique may be different than my technique. And if it works for you, keep doing it. Like, no one is trying to push their technique on someone else. I'm just trying to give you guys options. The more options you have in your arsenal, the better prepared you're gonna be for real world activities. Okay, so let's get our little black. Do the shadow. We will in fact do the shadow first. Everywhere there's gonna be shadow. And I'm probably gonna have to let this dry before I come back over it, because if you drag your hand across the paper, you can probably see I have a little ink on my hand already. You gotta let some of these markers dry timely. So you don't ruin or smudge the paper. But you could already tell, like, this is gonna be a cool little bomb. Just based on how the outline and the shadow are coming along. You guys will pick this up too. You'll be like, when you guys start painting and drawing more, you'll be like, oh, I can see the end result without having an end result yet. You'll be like, yeah, this is gonna look good. All right, letter structure's good. Shadowing's looking good. Background's looking good. And I think on the O, like where the letters touch each other, I may have the letter flow into one another. Still debating, but like the S and the H, the O and the T, the A and the H, I think I'm just gonna have them become one. So it looks like one linear bomb. Oh, running out of black. Let's see. Will we finish it is the question. We better be able to finish it. Come on, black. Please stay with me. Another long form video. So everyone's saying they want the long form stuff. I hope y'all watch. For all I know, you guys like click the start, click through the middle, and then click to the end to see what it looks like, which is cool. But I do this long form stuff so you guys can see the technique. Right, the time-lapse stuff is just me getting through the bomb a lot faster because sometimes it takes time to draw and paint and color and whatnot. And who really wants to sit there that long? All right, cool, almost done. So I think I have enough gold in the other marker to knock this out. Okay. Or I guess I could do one of these. Let's see, maybe orange. I like the orange has a lot of pigment in it. Orange and black would be kind of cool. Yeah. Kind of like a Halloween theme. Oh yeah, it's only good. So all we're doing now is just filling in the letters by cutting the black a little bit. Ooh, a little too much right there. We can fix that. The idea is you just want to like kiss the black without covering it too much. You can always come back and fix the black, but the idea is to save paint. So right there, where I put too much black, I have to come over it. So we'll come over it once, and then we'll come over it again later. So you gotta let it dry. Remember I was talking about letting these pigments dry? So right here, I think I want the letter to terminate into the other letter. So we'll cut that a little bit and then we'll come back and fix it later. Feel like the orange is looking pretty good. And you can see how much paper these markers pull off of the sheet. So it's just how it is. If you're working in a black book or some sort of art book that has some thicker paper, some cardstock, you won't have the issues I'm having. But because I'm working with some simple printer paper, it's wanting to grab some of the fibers. You also notice a lot of this, the edges are rounded. Sharp edges are one thing, but rounding out the edges are another. And it gives it a different feel. Definitely a softer style. Like, that looks cool to me so far. Some of you guys probably don't think so. Some of you guys do. It just depends on your vibe, what you guys are feeling. So I also mentioned in a previous video, we're working on a wall in LA. A lot of my friends have already painted it. I have yet to paint it. But once we go to LA, I want to paint something. So we're gonna take some spray paint out and get something going. See right there, the orange does not cover the black a lot. So you want to get a coat over the black, let it dry. So just get a coat over it. Not sure you guys can see that line, but you can see the black right through it. Let it dry and then come back and throw another layer on after you're done with the whole thing. This looking cool. See, when I first started this channel, I started off with doing the letters, and the whole point of this channel starting was me to practice and just kind of keep tabs on what I was doing, because I need to grow my style, and the more I practice, the more I can grow my style. And then now it kind of evolved. I forgot who the first person was to ask for their name, but they're like, hey, can you do this name? It's like, oh, that's cool, right? Like, yeah, that will help me do other letters outside of the alphabet, because I'm just not gonna continue to repeat the alphabet, right? I gotta do other things. So I appreciate whoever the first person was to say, hey, can you do my name? I'd have to look it up. You know, I'm just thinking out loud right now. Okay, so we're cutting it back. The O, yeah, So let's, right there. So the O is for sure going into the T right now. I may have to come back and clean it up a little bit more. That's okay. This is good for you guys to see how the markers are interacting with each other and what you can get away with. And this would be just like on a wall. If you were using a black and a yellow, those lighter pigments are always transparent. Always, I don't care what color you have. Maybe the Molotov stuff, like Molotov will be like very thick and covered black, but in most cases, yellows, oranges, reds are all gonna have a very light pigment and struggle to cover a black. So you're gonna have to go over it a couple times. Well, get these lines nice and tight, or at least best we can. Do this H a little bit better. Come right here and do this S a little bit. Cut this S back. And cut the S right there and right there. Okay. We got our black. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to rub this whole thing down, but it's still wet. But where's my black? We got our black. Fix this line a little bit. Okay. Where else do we need to fix it? Maybe there. See, the black is almost always gonna go over the orange, no matter what. It's just a very dominant color. There. Maybe here a little bit. There. There. Okay. Touch up my blue where I missed it. Little areas. Add a little blue in here. Okay. All right, so I kind of want to do a, get some of these fibers off the orange. Okay. Maybe we can do something cool, like a gray. If I did like a line over it, not crossing it out, but like over it, and we can see, we can add a drop shadow on. I don't know if this is gonna ruin it or not, but this is why we make these videos, right? So let's, okay. Add a layer of complexity. I don't think it ruined it, but it definitely looks weird. Okay. I'll do. I always make these little dots thinking okay. Shotah. Now we're gonna get our red and come back and offset. So it looks like this thing is floating over the bomb. Does that make sense? So it looks like we just added a layer above it. And you guys have seen me do that, something similar with the shadow underneath, like the blue. Like if we could always add something to the blue. Now it looks like that color is floating. Almost looks like it was meant to be. Cool. I like it. Gotta stand up to look at it. Yeah, that's good. Shotah. Appreciate you guys sticking around. I like this one. A- for the big Shotah. See you on the next one.